Hi, my name's Sterling, and I recently started this Breaking Bad site. I have to admit to you, I missed the whole Breaking Bad series, but when I saw the pilot episode and started reading about it, I was really so fascinated with it, I decided to start this site, start this YouTube channel, make a Facebook page about it. So I'll talk a little bit about the pilot episode. It's really kind of cool. There's a summary video to put up on the site that says it better, but I just like to say it in my own words. In the pilot episode, we get introduced to Walter White. He's just kind of a bumbling idiot, kind of a chemistry teacher, and when he comes home to a surprise party that his wife and friends give him, we meet his brother-in-law, who's actually a DEA agent. And while they're all at the party, they're watching this report on TV about a meth lab drug bust that his brother-in-law Hank was in charge of. Walter, he kind of seems to be secretly attracted to the idea of making loads of money with drugs, but he's really quiet about that. Hank invites him to go on a drug bust with him sometime so he can see what it's like when they nab these meth lab people. And interestingly enough, right after that, Walter finds out that he has inoperable lung cancer and only has a couple of years to live. So that kind of changes his whole perspective on life. So after he's contemplated that bad news for a while, then Walter decides to take Hank up on this offer to witness a real meth lab bust. So he rides along, and in the process of watching this meth lab bust, he comes into contact with one of his ex-high school chemistry class students who's into drug distribution and is mixed up with the group of people that were busted in this meth lab bust. So weirdly enough, Mr. White, which is what his ex-student calls him from high school, approaches his old student, Jesse Pinkman, and he more or less blackmails him into working with him to produce a crystal meth because he's witnessed the stuff that he knows that Jesse's involved with, and if he doesn't help him, he's going to turn him in. So Walter seems to be going through this really major change in life due to this news of a death sentence. So he really starts to do some weird things. And so Jesse reluctantly accepts, and him and Mr. White get together. Mr. White, as Jesse calls him because he was his teacher, goes out and gets all the savings that he could scrape up and goes out and buys an RV that he and Jesse can use as a mobile meth lab. And of course, Mr. White's a family man. He has a wife and a child, and it's a complicated, interesting story. They live in suburban Albuquerque, New Mexico, so it's really easy to drive this RV out into the desert and cook high-quality meth out there without ever being detected. And Walter creates this batch of meth that's so pure that Jesse, who's the punk meth dealer, he just can't believe how wonderful and perfect this meth is. And so he stupidly goes out and, like most stupid drug dealers would, talks to his drug dealer buddies about it, and he drives them out to the spot where Mr. White is cooking the next batch of meth. They're really attracted to it because they just can't believe the purity of the meth, but when they get there, things kind of turn wrong, and the drug dealer guys, they figure Walter must be a DEA guy and that this must be a setup. Walter talks him into not killing them both by offering to show the two drug dealer guys exactly how he cooks this high quality meth product. Well, he knows he's in hot water. He's never been in this kind of situation before. He knows these two guys are scumbags, and the only way he's going to get out of this situation is to kill them. So he has the chemical understanding to do that, and while they're watching him so-called demonstrate how to cook his pure crystal meth, he kills them by mixing together these two chemicals that produce this poisonous phosphine gas that all you need is one whiff of it to kill you. He whips this stuff up, slips out the trailer, up the RV door, and the two drug dealer guys die, apparently from phosphine gas. That story gets complicated as the story goes on because one of the guys didn't actually die. But that's a really short summary of the pilot episode. You gotta watch it. Now they got these two dead drug dealer guys in the back of the messed up RV. They got to drive the RV back to Jesse's house, back in the subdivision, keep it there for a couple days and figure out how to get rid of these bodies without being detected. And this all by this bumbling idiot guy who's never, hardly had a parking ticket in his life before, teamed up with this really low quality scumbag meth dealer guy. So actually the recap video is pretty good, but you just can't get the character developed by watching the recap and skipping over things. So, but anyhow, I hope you enjoyed my summary. Maybe if you've seen the series, you appreciate it. And talk to you in the next one. Thanks.